Welcome back, everybody. It's time now for Game 3, the decider here at the Major All-Stars Tournament. We've got Team Wheel taking on Fire Dota. Winner of this match will advance to the semi-finals, where they will be meeting another team who is, I think, to be determined based on some of the other quarterfinals going on. But America has 8 teams competing for one slot at the $100,000 LAN finals to be held in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Winner of this match will keep that dream alive. Loser gets knocked out. This is single elimination. There's no second chances for these teams here. As we'll see how things unravel in this Game 3 decider. Winner of this will stay alive. And right now, Fire are the favorites in this qualifier, I'd say. With Evil Geniuses not competing, being kind of tested. They lose Game 1, Game 2. A bit more straightforward for them, but by no means was it an easy game, it felt like. The execution was on point. Demon on that offline clockwork was on point as well with his initiations. But it won't be the clockwork this time around. They're going to get themselves a Tide Hunter for Mr. Jimmy in the offline. The line is the support. We've seen Arima do a lot of work on his supports on the Venge, the line. He's been one of the kind of, I'd say, stand-up plays for the most part. He's been making plays happen. Sometimes maybe tries a bit too hard to make those plays, as we saw back in Game 1 on the line, but he's done very, very well in the support role here. For Wheel, it's going to be a Batrider Omni. We had the Omni being banned out in previous Game 2. I think even going back to Game 1, it was banned out as well. And Wheel going to first to pick the Omni with the Batrider. Kind of a staple pick in the NA Dota scene. Not something you see as much in the other scenes, but a very, very powerful hero. Repel is not all about your carries. Putting a Repel on someone like a Batrider for his Blink Lasso engagements can go a long way against a tighter line. If he's got the Repel on him, he can just blink in, lasso someone, and walk out. And even full stuff out. You don't have to worry about a line with a Hex and Impale, a Tide with a counter initiation from a Ravage. Very nice hero to kind of synergize with this Batrider. So we'll see what the answer is going to be to this for Fire. Sometimes you want to try and, I guess one of the main things you can do is try to punish the lane stage where Omni Knight's weak. You can not fight into the Omni Knight, like try and farm around the Omni Knight. Basically, this hero is a support that will never really farm well. So trying to have a farming support, trying to just win like an economic game against your opponent can be quite good. And the other thing is just having tanky heroes that even if you get lassoed by like a Blink Batrider with a Repel, like the hero that's in the front lines who's likely to get lassoed is tanky. Razor fits that category. Tide pretty damn good because he's got the Kraken Shell he can get out of the lasso. So it feels like Fire Dota have at least somewhat of a game plan to tank up their cores, not be able to easily get brought down by this Batrider initiations. But hey, that's something where Will can just add some more burst damage, can get something like the Queen of Pain we've been seeing time and time again, which was picked up in both Game 1 and Game 2. Queen of Pain, so far 0% win rate in 2 games in this best of 3 series. We'll see if we get a third Queen of Pain game, and whoever picks Queen of Pain so far has been losing, so I don't think either of these two teams necessarily wants to be picking up the Queen of Pain. But we'll see what the plan's going to be here in Game 3. It's currently 1 game apiece, and we'll see what the plan is going to be here for Team Wheel here in their 3rd and 4th picks. Science to into that reserve time, not the end of the world for them. That's what it's there for, to be used. And you get further down the draft, you get to that kind of 5th pick, you kind of know what exactly, whether you need a support or a mid or an offlaner, so it gets a lot easier. I feel like you don't need your reserve time as much for your last pick or two, even your last ban. This is the stage of the draft where using your reserve time makes the most sense. You can be picking up supports or cores. There's a lot more moving pieces as far as your like you've only got 2 heroes, they can kind of maybe lane in multiple places. Your opponents have like only a hero or 2. Someone like a Razor can safe lane, can also mid. And that's where you have to kind of think much more big picture about what your draft's trying to accomplish, as opposed to like a 5th pick is much more like, okay, we need a support. What's the best support that fits our draft and maybe acts as a pseudo counter for them? Or you need a mid, and you look at what's good against their mid hero and fits the game. So we'll see the Enigma coming out from Team Fire right now. There's a lasso to go through a BKB black hole. One of the things you always kind of have to look at when Enigma gets picked up, is there anything to deal with a BKB black hole? Anything to counter that? At this point, I'd say pretty good. You've got Blink Lasso, you've got just a sort of Guardian Angel that can come out if your team gets caught out by a black hole, although a lot of the damage is magic inside it, especially if there's a Midnight Pulse laid down on top of that. But the Enigma Tide was the jewel we saw from Will in Game 2, which Didn't work out too well, but it feels like that was maybe for some other reasons. As Gyrocopter going to be the carry of choice for Team Wheel. There's your safe lane farmer, the Dazzle Omni Knight support duo. So much defensive power here between these two. Getting kills on anyone this game is not going to be fun or easy. So last pick's now going to be coming out here. Fire, what's the plan going to be here? As they have one more band to come their way. Looking at some kind of a mid-hero as far as this last band goes. Some kind of a relic hero. We'll see what that might be. The Queen of Pain's still in the pool. I'm not sure if the Queen of Pain's the hero you're really that scared of, though. We've seen how Queen of Pain, a hero that often just doesn't seem to be a game winner in some way. I mean, you can look kind of like go into it deeper or anything. I mean, it just seems to come down to Queen of Pain, good in lanes, decent in mid-game, but doesn't win you games. Doesn't push, doesn't really single-handedly win you team fights necessarily. They're going to ban it out anyways, but to me it's been one of the kind of recurring themes that, with Queen of Pain in general as a hero. Since getting these buffs, there's been a lot of teams like, okay, Queen of Pain now more viable, but time and time again, I've just been unimpressed by these Queen of Pain games, apart from maybe some of the games where we've seen Secret use it. And that seems to be more a playstyle thing rather than the hero itself and what it does, but I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Maybe just take some more time for teams to figure out how they want to fit this hero into a draft. Last pick now going to be the Puck and Wheel. Okay, mid Gyrocopter. They get an anti-mage as a surprise last pick. It's not going to be the safe lane gyro, and something I wasn't expecting, and it's something I don't think Fire were expecting. They've got okay heroes for dealing with an anti-mage as far as ganking him goes. They've got a Blink Silence from Puck, a Lion with a Hex, but a lot of this damage is magic. The Puck nukes, the Lion damage. In Plasma Field, you've got Enigma. Well, I guess Midnight Pulse is what? Is Midnight Pulse pure damage? Oh my gosh, I feel like I should know. It pierces magic immunity, but what? Well, but hold on, I need to quickly refresh on that one, as I believe it is pure damage, the Midnight Pulse. And under those changes where all the damage types got changed here. So Midnight Pulse is yeah, pure damage. Okay. My first was like, yeah, it's pure damage. I'm like, wait a second. I know it pierces magic immunity, but is it pure damage? Or is it just magic damage that pierces magic immunity? But no, it's pure damage. So Brack's going to be playing the Puck. Maybe he's going to be switching it up and going mid lane. Unlike, well, I guess Ush is playing the carry the last two games. He went mid in game one because it was on the Tiny, with Brack's on the safe lane Queen of Pain. So early on, ward gets placed by Fluff, looking to protect the jungle of the Enigma, knowing that going back to game one, Wheel made a very aggressive maneuver into the Dire jungle, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case here in game 3. This is the decider. As right now, Demon in the bottom lane. Tide going to drop down an early ward. He got spotted. They saw the ward get planted as well, I believe, or at least just seeing the Tide poke his head that way, they should have a pretty good idea of what Demon was up to. Oh, he needs to get out. He's hiding in these trees here, but they saw him go in there. Sleazel finds Demon. He's... Uh-oh, Demon's blocked in. He needs to buy a TP and get the hell out. He's going to TP immediately. Nothing to cancel it in range. Ooh, that was a bit dicey. Chews through 100 gold, but saves his life. They got sentry wards here. Dazzle does, and should be able to get this D ward off. Yep, easy D ward. No lane... No, bottom lane ward for Demon. So the bounty runes come out. It looks like bottom lane going to be easy bounty rune for Team Will. Top lane should go the way of Team Fire here. And there's Fluff going to make his way in. Has the Hex already leveled up. We'll take it with his Boots First Lion. So giving a bit of extra farm and resources the way of all Fluff and stuff. And he is going to get scattered up by a Radiant Ward, as well as the Sentry being used to block the pool camp. So effective offlane warding coming out from Wheel for Team Fire, though. Theirs gets de-warded. With Demon just unable to get down there fast enough, as it looks like Omni gonna kind of camp his way mid lane. Maybe a bit concerned about some kind of an early gank from the Lion, but it's actually going to be top lane where Lion's looking to poke his head out. Force out an early Firefly and keep Talair out of this lane, out of XP range. Omni's going to be stacking the pool camp and just looking to basically tell Batrinet, look, all you need to do is leech XP. Forget about getting farm. If you leech XP, get levels, I'll have stacks waiting for you. And that's where the Batrider will be able to catch up. But just getting the XP not going to be the easiest thing in the world. This lane already very pushed out, and Bat's going to look to sit in these trees, but Fluff is a man on a mission. And he pings him out. He sees him initially, and Talera going to look to change spots here. Has a Firefly back up, and maybe forced to use this one, but he's already got 155 XP, so he's getting very close to a level 2. Just needs one more creep XP. That'll get him up to that level 2, and then he can go back to that jungle. And we're going to move his way down bottom lane. Has stacked once, and once we get to that 52 hammer again, I imagine we'll be looking to stack again. That seems to be his main job. At the end of the day, he can impose a bit of killing potential here, but they've got no real initiation. Poison touch early on just does not really offer enough. So I'm a bit surprised to see Fan of Soyan maybe not going for a stack at the 52 timer, because this is the AFK mode Omni Knight, which is not saying it to criticize. This is the nature of the hero. This hero sits behind teammates, and in some ways you're kind of playing that pseudo AFK defensive support, just looking to scout, looking to sit behind a carry, and just keep him alive. Dazzle, kind of similar thing. Dazzle can at least zone out and harass in lane. Omni Knight doesn't do that. You're a melee hero. Maybe with a point in Degen Aura you can look to bully a Tide a bit, but Tide is Anchor Smash, Tide is Kraken Shell. That's just not a hero you can bully. So Fanasoyan going to go for the pulls, it looks like. Yeah, he's not going to get the pull off, unfortunately. That would have been a nice way for him to get some levels in farm. He pulls off the full wave, he kills this one camp, pulls in the second camp, and can clear probably most of it. Also something to note that makes this puck a nice pick is phase shift. It's pretty much impossible to ever hit a homing missile on the puck because of this phase shift, and even using it to dodge flak hits, because you're seeing far back here. It's not like you use a phase shift and then you have to worry about getting hit by like a Shadow Strike if you're against the Queen of Pain. Against the Gyro, he's not hitting you. Maybe his second flak hits you, but there's no real risk involved with using a phase shift against a gyrocopter. You can use phase shift anytime a flak hit's coming at you, anytime a homing missile's coming at you, at no real risk. There's no gank potential as well. No supports with stuns or that can rotate, and that makes life very difficult for Wheel here. They've got nothing they can really do to help things out in this lane. It's going to be mid lane though. Rotation coming in. They've even got the point in Gush here. Relic going to get ganked out here. They use the Rocket Barrage here. Midnight Pulse comes out as well. Very early gank from your Enigma. Something that Relic was not expected. First Blood goes the way of Brax on the puck. Nice rotation coming in from Enigma and Tide. Tide getting the early point in Gush, and there's two heroes you don't expect to see ganking. You see Lion top, and if you're Relic, you're like, okay, Lion's top. That's their kind of roaming support. Enigma's in the jungle. Tide's stacking Ancients in the offlane, you know, doing one of a few Tide things. But ganking mid lane with Gush at level 3 is not one of those Tide things you expect. Very unconventional gank, and it works out, pays off here. Derp. Knowing what's going on here, we'll drop down the Sentry Ward, block the pull here. We can actually fight Demon a bit here. Shadow Wave comes in, as well as an Omni Knight Heal Bomb, and Demon taking quite a bit of damage here. Does have a Sal. Has got this stack off once, and I don't know if that Sentry actually blocked that. It was... I don't think it did. I think he actually got the stack off. I think it was the... he may have stacked it before. I wasn't closely watching the camp, but yeah, I think the stack is still happening. Anti-Mage at bottom. Free farming away, similarly to your Razor at top lane. And Zush is going to be the character that you see get probably more involved early on, or at least look to pressure his tower and be a much bigger early game threat as far as applying pressure on the map, especially when you've got these supports that aren't going to be able to do the best as far as the early game goes. They can be defensive, look to keep teammates alive, but they couldn't even do it. Like, Relic got ganked mid lane, and that's where you need like a Dazzle with a TP with a Shallow Grave, or you need an Omni Knight with a TP heal plus repel. Something they just didn't quite have available to them at the time, so we'll see more stacks coming out. This is going to be make a happy Batrider. I think it was a Gyrocopter Illusion doing that stack, so nice play all around coming from Will. We've seen some good Dota from them. Despite that Game 2 loss and things here in Game 3 in the lane stage being kind of uneventful for them, we've seen some good Dota from this American team. For Team Fire, though, the team, at least the players you would expect to have good Dota from, it's been solid. Game 1 was a bit shaky for them. They got taken out, but all in all, the Game 2 strategy and execution was on point. And we'll see if they can secure the Game 3 victory, if it's going to be the underdogs, Team Wheel, who are something like 40% on Dota 2 lines for the bets. Maybe causing an upset here right now. Game 3 is going on here at the Dota Major All-Stars tournament here. Batrider has stacks coming his way. He's going to look to stack it up one more time here. at the end of that Firefly. Unfortunately, he doesn't get this big camp stacked out. Doesn't even finish clearing it out, but that would have been a nice little pickup if he could do so. Something you can do as Batrider, I can't remember the exact timing, but you can stack both big camps at once with Firefly. Mid lane Relic, gonna get healed up. Grave as well, gonna turn around with a cooldown. I don't think he wanted to turn around, I think he just wanted to run, because this Grave about to wear off. There's an anchor smash, doesn't hit him, he gets away on 18 HP. Fluff even drops a ward looking for this kill, but not gonna find him. This ward, I think, in tower range, yeah. Oh, Fluff. Oh no, get the missile. Ooh, just barely. 18 HP. He'll survive. They lose their observable on the high ground, though. Too close to the tower. Thought he had the kill maybe with the extra vision, but didn't go his way. But yeah, I was trying to say before, they use... I don't know the exact way you do it, but you can stack both big camps if you Firefly, pull it away, attack this at 53, and then when you attack it, these creeps will re-aggro because they're in the Firefly. I think that's maybe what Bat was trying to do, but the creeps here weren't on top of the Firefly when they returned. But I'm pretty sure the Bat was trying to go for like the double stack there, which is a really cool little play you can make on the Batrider. One of those kind of like advanced jungling techniques. Top lane Ray's actually going for a Midas, deciding that he doesn't have to immediately fight with his team. I mean, he can still fight, but he's not going to have like a big item to fight with his team. It's going to be Enigma going for the Mech, so that kind of gives him enough kind of team fight potential that he thinks he looks like he can get away with this Midas pickup. Now the top tier 1 tower. Is there going to be a deny coming in? Cooldown gets used. Is he going to get out of this one? Gets hit by it once. The second clip not going to catch him. Here comes your homing missile. May want to salve up soon. Once this poison touch wears off, we'll be looking to do so. Oh, PGG misses the black hole, and well, I was just talking about how Arima's been playing well throughout this series, but that was not the black hole he was after. There's an Impale now coming out. Vanasoin gets silenced up, burst down by the Razor Plasma Field in the end. 2 kills to nothing. Brax with a haster in that rotation. Getting a lot done for Team Fire. They get a tier 1 tower, they get a kill, and now it's a regen rune awaiting Brax to reward him for his movement off mid lane. Team Fire, game 3, the Decider going pretty decently for them. They still need to come up with an answer for this anti-mage at some point, but right now they're probably thinking they can do that once Line sits level 6 as a Finger of Death, once Brax has his Blink Dagger. They've got 2 good ways to try and gank him at that point. You smoke with a Lion with Finger, or you take a Blink Dagger puck with a Silence, Coil, and look to burst him down through other means. Demon comes back towards the offlane now, as almost got himself up to level 6. Seen a lot of Tides in this series, and Tides in general have been kind of struggling to get their level 6s early on. Well, Demon doing pretty decently here. 9 minutes in, we'll have it fairly soon. As far as Batrider goes, Boots, Bottle, TP Scroll. He's going to be 1400 gold, so Blink Dagger will be a pretty decent timing. Something like 12 minutes or so, and you're probably pretty happy if you're a wheel. That's going to be the start of your comeback mechanic. At least as far as fighting pickoffs and creating even more space for your anti-mage to do anti-mage things, which is farm a Battle Fury and go ham. He's already got most of the components here, just needs the broadsword, which he's, considering we're 10 minutes in, he's doing pretty damn fine. He can buy that from the side shop. This is something which I think they changed to one of the recent patches where they added the broadsword there. It means you can finish your Battle Fury there. It's kind of the same concept as buying the Midas recipe and bringing it out and then buying the gloves from the side shop. You just get that a little bit faster. It saves a courier trip. Well, I guess you can, I mean, either way you can do it in one courier trip, but in theory you can use it when the courier's freed up, and it's like if you have your Midas and someone else like your mid hero wants let's say you have a puck on your team who wants it for his Blink Dagger at that point, it's like, well, what's more important, your carry getting his Midas out as soon as possible or your mid getting his Blink out? So, or in this case it's the Battle Fury. So this just means that anti-mages can use the courier when it's free, finish it off from the side shop, and also get it faster at the end of the day, because you don't have to wait on the courier when you have it completed. So the end result is a much kind of nicer way of finishing a Battle Fury for an anti-mage. Here we go, ward behind the tower. Here comes Fluff. He's got a Finger of Death available and seems to be wanting to hunt here. Relic's gonna walk right into him, and Fluff can get this solo kill. Impale Finger available. One more right click. Is he going to go for it? Wants a few more right clicks. Doesn't go for the finger. The Omni Knight shows up, and here comes Brax. Dreamcore gets used defensively. I guess thinking he didn't have enough damage. It's a 600 damage nuke. You take away some of that damage with the magic resistance, and not confident that he could get that kill. 25% magic resistance. Well, takes it down to 450. You need to be I think it was 410. I think with that last right click, it would have been enough damage, but Fluff not confident. There was a Dazzle and Omni Knight on the Radiant team, so the defensive supports is definitely a scary thing to use a finger. If you finger as a heal comes out and waste that long, almost 3-minute cooldown ultimate, that's gonna hurt. Bottom lane, they do seem to be looking to find Sleazel here, who may actually end up buying the Battlefield on the car. I mean, I talk about how, oh, it's so great, you can finish it from the side shop, and here he's in the jungle. Maybe doesn't even go to the side shop, may just end up getting it off the courier, as he's just 5 gold away from it. Going to farm up this next big camp here. He's being pinged out, but it seems Puck is going to head towards mid lane with the Invis rune. Could go for a silence into a Ravage or something, but kind of a risky play that could just not work out. Silence, just level 2 as well. If it's a level 4 silence, a level 10 Puck, I think you maybe go for it, but not the case. He'll take the T1 mid tower instead with the Enigma. Here we go. Bat ready gets the lasso off, and that's your Blink Dagger timing. The cooldown uses well. Demon shows up with a Ravage. Puck orbs through. Has a silence for your Omni Knight. He gets Grave though, so Omni Knight will be able to turn and fight in a second here. Great Mana Boy shreds apart the Teamfire Alliance here. Ush now on the run here. Antimage could go for a blink in another second here. Has got the Battle Fury, but that AoE combo, the Gyrocopter cooldown, the Anti-Mage with the Mana Void, and then the Flak just finished everyone off. They couldn't kill the Omni Knight from the Winning Rift. Really good defensive play from the Dazzle with that Grave. It's the 1-2 punch. If you focus the Omni Knight with the Blink Silence, he gets Graved. If you go in the Dazzle, he gets repelled or healed up by the Purification. This is very difficult for Fire to get kills in these fights, and that's going to throw away a lot of their lead, that team fight. Give Antimates more space to farm. He's now got his treads up. He's got his Calling Blade already. Actually doesn't buy his treads from the side shop. Wants to go into the jungle first, and looks like the treads are going to come out on the courier. On Old Faithful, Mr. Donkey McGee. Although it's a little brewmaster. Cute fellow with a keg. To bottom lane we go with the mech, as well as the blink up on your Enigma and Puck respectively. I feel like we can take some objectives here. Even us getting involved here. Phase point boost, he's got 1100 HP, he does. With a lot of good survivability. Bottom tier 1 tower now. Gonna get glyphed up. Free glyph, no reason not to use it, and it's gonna be the Enigma getting the tier 1 tower up to 1100 gold now, so we'll see what the next move is gonna be. Since around the Roshan pit, 14 minutes approaching as another rune is gonna be spawning. It's gonna be a haste rune down bottom, which may be picked up and look to turn into an objective or a kill here. The Puck, probably the Puck or Razor. Puck obviously having the bottle, we'll be looking to maybe bottle that one up, but no, actually Enigma taking it. Just scurry back to his own jungle. I think at this point. Now they've got a lot of concerns around the map. They could be grouping up here to try and take some objectives. He actually gets the Eidolons. I think this is maybe for a Roshan. Yeah, they secure the Roshan area with a Sentry and Observer Ward. Enigma gets the Eidolons from mid lane, and they're going to look to bring down a Roshan. Right now, Radiant side, they see something around the pit. Yeah, they actually... Oh, they see Brax. Do they see that? No, I don't think so. I think I see it. I think this is a spectator bug, because this is fog. I think. Maybe not. You may have to watch the replay from their perspective here, but it's going to be a repel Batrider. This is the potency of this. Fluff and stuff can get taken out initially. In goes to the Enigma. Buyback coming out from your line. Nice Ravage from Demon. Catches absolutely everyone. Puck goes in with the silence, but is there enough damage here? Look, the Bat will be able to TP himself out. Mana Void onto Brax has a lot of damage. Not enough to secure the kill. He was pretty high on mana in the end here. Lion comes in from behind. Gets off one Impale. Has a Finger of Death, but no mana. Can't actually use a Black Hole on 3. Derp can just stand and watch. He's got no mana for a heal or a Grave. Demon goes in with a big Anchor Smash. Sleazel gets repelled, but that will not save his life. Great Black Hole from your Enigma, salvages what was a terrible team fight until then. That got them all 3 of those kills. TP out from your Dazzle will be successful, but that looked so bad for Team Fire until that Black Hole came in. Unfortunately for Will, they just couldn't finish off a couple of kills. The Puck surviving, the Mana Void. as well as the Lion getting away as well that second time, and Demon all of a sudden finds himself a big, fatty Ancient stack. This will get him up to level 11, possibly even, we'll start working at level 12. Level 12 is the biggest pain in the ass to get. 2200 XP to get level 12. It's like, oh, level 11, so easy. You only need 600 experience points to get level 11. To get level 12, it is a nightmare. One of those just odd Dota things. There's no real consistency or logical, like, it's just random. Like, it goes up and down and fluctuates how much XP you need to get to a certain level. It was one of the, I remember the patch change where it was like, okay, asking about the mark, where it basically wants to make it easier for heroes to get level 2 ultimate. So they made it so that supports can have a slightly better time. I mean, supports especially, I guess, but it affects everyone that your level 2 ultimate can come online a lot faster, but it was a buff to heroes with good level 2 ultis. You look at some heroes that their ultimate doesn't actually improve that much at level 2, like your Enigmas. Often you see Enigma not even leveling Black Ult level 2, it just kind of gives you a slight damage increase, but yeah. Well, we'll see what the next move's going to be. They're going to blink in bottom lane. They're going on Caesar with the blink silence here. There's no Ravage, but they're not going to need it. They get the kill. The Dream Call and a couple right clicks here. That is bad news bears for your anti-mage who's trying to... That's got his Vlad's back at base, but he's going to need a Manta style, I feel like, ASAP to deal with this Waning Rift. There's still a lot of team fighting, just a lot of good lockdown even outside of the puck silence. Now may be the time where they go for another Roshan attempt. Waiting on some of these ultimate. Ravage back up. 1 minute still on the Enigma ultimate though. This Relic on this mid Gyrocopter has gone for mostly kind of DPS centric build. Not leveling up the homing missile despite all the buffs this spell keeps receiving. Now I remember homing missile, it used to do less damage than this. It used to take 3 hits to destroy even at level 4. The tower hits to destroy it used to be lower. It used to not hit invis units, it now hits invis units, I think. This spell has been getting buffed and buffed and buffed, and it's just a spell that sucks based on concept. That is the problem with this spell. Like, you could make it do as much damage, I mean, it almost does as much damage as a Finger of Death at level 4. 500 damage? Lion Finger is 600 damage. A level 4 homing missile is almost a Finger of Death, with a level 1 Finger of Death with a 11-second cooldown if they're running away from you. But by the spell's concept, it's such unreliable damage and unreliable stun that it's just an awful spell that they're trying to... I feel like it's an awful spell that IceFrog is trying to make good by making it completely numerically imbalanced. Like, you want to give it like a 5-second stun or something. Speaking of stuns, here comes your Blink Ravage. Demon goes in. The Guardian Angel going to come out. Grave's going to save your Phantom Stone. Omni-Knight Black Hole going to whip. One good one, one bad one, and then it's another bad one. It's going to be, well, a bit of a messy fight. They've lost 2 to start things off, even with the missed Black Hole. Doesn't seem to matter. Relic going to chase down Demon here. Should be able to get this kill. There's going to be one more Rocket Barrage just to secure things there, and it's a 3 for 2 to start things off. As the TP out can be successful from your Gyrocopter, but he lost 3 of his teammates there, as well as the Anti-Mage again. Oh dear. Gyrocopter putting in overtime there, as well as the support doing a good job keeping people alive. Omni going for a Midas of all things, actually. Didn't get too much done in that fight, as he had to kind of pop all his spells very quickly and very defensively. Relic now keeps control handle. See what he looks to do with this. BKB seems the most obvious pickup here against the Tide. I mean, against every hero here. You've got a Black Hole to go through it, but there's so much nuke damage here. Uh-oh. Solera in the Radiant Jungle going to get caught out and picked off. Will we're looking so good this game. They've just given away so many freebies. So many just cheap little pickoffs here and there. The Anti-Mage, I think, is 3 deaths now after such a good start. Had the 12-minute Battle Fury, then showed up to a team fight. As soon as he got his Battle Fury at 12 minutes, he showed up to a team fight and helped them get 3 kills with the Gyrocopter as well. And then since then, it's been kind of downhill. Fire have just been out executing, making the better fights, finding the pickoffs, and against a lineup with an Omni Dazzle, you wouldn't expect the pickoffs to come so freely, but it's definitely been the case here. Not having disables on the Team Will side has really made things hard. They can't find pickoffs easily themselves, and even in fights, like, you've got these defensive supports that keep people alive, but as far as securing kills and team fighting, without disables, life is not exactly the easiest. And Razor is going to now pick up a plate mail, so possible AC coming out, Shiver's Guard the other option. But considering how this lineup does lack kind of late game damage output and physical damage, it does feel like the AC is more likely to be the item of choice here. Here we go, Roshan once more. Last time they went for this, it worked out pretty nicely as far as the ensuing team fight, although they didn't actually take down Roshan themselves here. But it's going to be Ash as well as Arima. We're going to bring this one down. Brax in the neighborhood as well. I picked up an ultimate. We'll be working on his side device. Top lane fluff and stuff. Oh, like Fiend stuff. He gets caught out. The Batrider blink lasso. And bring him down. Still, a nice... I'm kind of play you don't mind seeing, because by showing on the map, he makes this Roshan less obvious. Like, you see a hero in lane, sure it's a support, sure it's not a hero they need for Roshan, but you see heroes on the map and your mind just doesn't go to Roshan when you see 1, 2 heroes on the map. The Radiant team even saw the puck with this Observer Ward coming down the river, but maybe the Radiant team knew about Roshan, but it's one of those things where sometimes just having heroes showing on the map can hide the fact that a Roshan is going down. So Fluff and Stuff had a kind of clear idea in mind when he was showing himself top lane, even willing to give up his life to help just create that space for his team to get the Aegis. Demon working his refresh actually has most of the pieces. He is very farmed. His CS up there with, well, number 6, but it's 103, so he's pretty much in this top pack here. Apart from the Anti-Mage is at 184, everyone else is around that 100 to 120 mark. And that's a refresher orb. Okay. 23-minute Tide Blink refresher. Okay. He's going to have the mana for it too, with double Arcane Boots, with Magic Stick. Just level 2 Ravage. If he levels up to level 3 Ravage without getting another mana on him, he may have problems, but just level 2 Ravage, only 225 mana. They can look to smoke with this and fight around this Tide Refresher. Has not been scouted up by Will. This is worrisome. BKB has been picked up by the Gyro. Someone can get repelled as well. So we've got repelled. They're going to catch out Sleeves on the Anti-Mage, trying to farm up these Ancients. Finkel Silence does not have the Mantle. He gets picked off. They're going looking for more here. The TP out from Thanasoyan will be successful. As Demon blinks forward into the cooldown. Hoping maybe be able to get cancelled off, but the repel was still online and probably scouted out that Tide Refresher orb in that. Well, it's hard to say. You never really know if someone's actually clicked him and seen the inventory, but how are they going to maybe even pressure the high ground here? Still got the full team alive. I was checking a bit of damage, but he's got the Ag Scepter and the Storm not going to be out for about 35 seconds, which is when the Anti-Mage respawns. But Talera, back to base he goes on the Batrider. He's working on a BKB of his own, essential against this Tide Ravage. Not to mention the rest of the magic damage from a Lion, from a Puck. Well, with Aegis still in hand, they're going to look to go from tier 2 tower mid to tier 2 tower bottom. No real reason not to. And they've got the team fight advantage. They've got ultimates all up once they, apart from the Finger of Death, which is a reasonable cooldown. Actually, it was a level 1 Finger when he used it. Looking at this long cooldown here, it looks like that was the 160 cooldown. I was about to say, I'm surprised Finger was not back up soon, but this was level 2 Finger, it'd be up in 20 seconds, but it was a level 1 Finger when they got the kill, and since then he's leveled it up to the level 2 point. Bottom tier 3 tower should be taken with relative ease here. It looks like Team Fire will be making their mark known here at the bottom lane, as Wheel just looking to find trades elsewhere. Pressure the top lane, pressure the mid lane. Looks like Thanasoyan will ask for a quick pause here. As things currently stand, it is Team Fire with a 4,000 gold lead, and also a lineup that's going to be very threatening over the next 5 minutes with the Aegis. Well, I guess it's slightly less. It's only 2 minutes of the Aegis, but even without an Aegis, you've got Refresher Tide Ultimates, you've got Enigma with a Blink Black Hole. Got to hit the Black Holes, but we've seen 1 game-winning Black Hole and 2 PGG Black Holes, so we'll see which Enigma shows up next fight. If we're going in this sequence, it's going to be the big 3 to 5 man Black Hole, because his first was a whiff, his next was a good one, and then he had another whiff, so it's time for a good one, Arima. Looks like both teams ready to go. The word will be said, and we're back underway here. Tier 2 top bottom lane will be claimed, and Fire maybe looking to pressure this high ground here. They see a lot of heroes top, and they're going to make these heroes TP back at this rate. Tier 2 tower will be claimed, give a bit more bank to Team Will here, but Ash on the front lines with that Eye of the Storm. Cooldown will be thrown here, gets sidestepped by Ash. He goes back in with the mech, just wants to get that Eye of the Storm damage out as much as possible, but taking heavy damage. Gets the tower low, and I think maybe just going to be content with that. We'll see if he goes back in once more for the high ground here. Age is still in line for 1 more minute. Ash does still seem somewhat intent to just be able to clear out creep waves and keep Wheel concerned about this bottom lane. Seems to be the plan here. Oh, big item coming out. AC picked up by Eraser. 1 minute on this Aegis. We'll see. I mean, the 2 options are you push and just burn the Aegis and look to bring down the tower by burning it, or you wait for the Aegis to use and then you're full HP. Use it as like a pseudo cheese to heal up your Eraser. Seems for now they're going to back off, farms a bit more. Maybe take out these Ancients, and for Team Will, they need this Manta style ASAP on Sleazel. He needs to also keep pressuring these side lanes here. Fortunately for Will, this was a game that was looking really good for them in the early game. With all the timings they had, the defensive nature of their supports, they just gave away 1 too many kills here, which is very hard to avoid against a lineup such as Fire. So they've got a lot of pick off and catch potential. I just felt there was just... Well, it wasn't just one hero there. It was constantly Anti-Mage getting picked off, Omni Knight getting picked off, Bat Rider getting picked off. But now with BKB's up and maybe a slightly more stable footing here, let's see what Will can do. Scythe of Viso for Brax, so another big item coming their way here. It looks like they want to push out all lanes here. That's the drawings on the map from Ash. He's drawing lines down mid and top. He's like, guys, I'm going bottom, someone go mid, someone go top, push things out here. We haven't got Aegis anymore. High ground push may wait, but it's fluff and stuff on a deep mission. Ooh, I don't think he got spotted. I think he put that down without getting seen. Okay, now he's been pinged. They pinged the hill here saying, hey, maybe that's where it's warded, but it's also pinged down towards the middle lane. So we'll see if they find the D-ward on this freshly planted observer ward. Team Fire are making their move down bottom. There's an Anti-Mage up top they've got to worry about. He's even got a Mantle. He's going to use it now. Fire could have get this and get this fast, because this Anti-Mage will push pretty effectively. As of Vlad's even for that extra armor and extra damage for himself as well as the quick wave here. But Fire themselves going to look to take this bottom tier 3 tower, probably take a Rax here, and they're going to look to TP back. Tide's already TP'd. He's going to look to be the one at least initially defend. They're going to TP in, Blink, Ravage. Are they going to refresh for this one? They're going to have to use a second ultimate. They're not going to do so. Blink up forward, they've refreshed the Ravage, and they're going to get Sleazel. Didn't even need to use the second Ravage here. Meanwhile, in the Radiant base here, they lose the Razor, didn't have the Aegis anymore, didn't actually get the melee Rax, and Bat Rider looking to chase down some more. He's got the Firefly going, not going to find anyone with Rax pretty far away, so Anti-Mage for Razor, carry for carry, tier 3 for tier 3. Pretty much a dead even trade. I mean, sure you used the Ravage as well as a Refresher, like the Refresher being the big cooldown there, the 3-minute long cooldown, but ultimates are used on the Will side with GA as well as the Bat Rider Lasso. Well, bot lane we go. Tide ready with another Blink Ravage fairly soon. I think advised not to get too aggressive on this one. He's getting hexed up. Brax. Cheeky little play. And Tide gonna opt not to go for this one. Full stuff has been picked up though. So now he's got the additional mana pool, which will help him out for the level 3 Ravage with the Refresher, which is sometimes problematic. Even with this extra mana there, he's not going to have much spare mana to use for Gush, for Anchor's Match. Has gone for stats over leveling the Gush, which seems like a good idea considering, I mean, you look at his mana pool now, it's going to be, what, 650 for 2 Ravages, throw in another 375 there, so you're looking at over 1,000 mana cost just to use his Refresher Double Ravage. 1,025, and that only leads a small amount of mana. He's got Magic Stick, he's got Arcane Boots, so you're going to take into consideration, in theory you can have double Arcanes. We'll see the anti-mages get out of that. So you've got double Arcanes, you've got 10 stick charges, so even if your Refresher Ravage combo is 1,025 mana, he's got more than this 1,095 mana to work around. Or you just get hit by something like a mana break from your anti-mage. Well, Team Fire, they're up 13 kills to 9. It's a 3,000 to 4,000 gold lead, but this game still a lot of Dota to be played, it feels like. 30 minutes in, and Will in a position where they can still take this to late game. Unfortunately, anti-mage one of those carries who super late game is maybe not the best here. Will get caught out here. Silence as well as Hexten. There's going to be a Ravage coming in from Demon. Catches out your bat before he can BKB, and Talera, once he's been hit by that Ravage, it's not worth BKBing on 300 HP because it's probably going to go down even if he BKB'd post-Ravage. Really nice play coming out from Fire, and now they're going to push down bottom lane. Enigma up front, and I think that's a BKB. Yeah, you betcha. The BKB for your Enigma. A few spells. Well, they got the Lasso as well as the Mana Void. 2 spells to cancel this one. And pushes on. Lion just testing out his Ghost Scepter, you know. I'm gonna try it before you buy it. Buyback now coming into play. Batroid going to be going in here. Gets immediately Hex. Doesn't get a chance to do anything here. The Guardian Angel's there, but Talera, he BKBs. He can't blink immediately. We'll get it off now. Blink. BKB. Black Hole. Where's the Mana Void? Where's anything? The Antimage's going to buy back, but it's too late. Damage has been done. Demon's got another Ravage. Will catch up just the Omni Knight there. Nemo on the back line. Just going to be 2 more kills on the Gyro and the Dazzle. Blink out from Talera, and uh-oh. Trouble for Will. They're going to be in their own base, on the run, running just back to their own fountain here. Sleazel has a Mana Void. Will bring down your Enigma, but that's all he's going to get with that. Possibly Fluff and stuff as well. The Ghost Scepter is nice here. Has an Impale. Going to completely whiff it. That's Sticky Napalm messing with his turn rate. They get the melee racks, but now they're going to get out. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. I don't think we'll have the best chasing here. As it was a Gold Swing going the way of Fire, not to mention the racks as well being taken. At least the melee one, the important one. That's what you come for if you're Team Fire. Not having anything to take off that Black Hole ended up causing Will a lot of problems. Well, and now we see the next level of items come up. You're tied up to 2.3k gold, your puck up to 3k. I think we're just buying the BKB, but Razor, Refresher coming and coming soon. 2,100 gold with the Oblivion Staff. He's just about 1,500 away. So I imagine the next timing is going to be the Refresher on your Razor combined with the next Aegis. They're going to smoke just outside of this Observer Ward, which was planted. But the thing is, Fire saw them run past it into the jungle. Could have checked the inventory for this, but if this smoke gets him a Roshan, oh boy, that's good. Fire may just be thinking, hey, they're smoking, they're coming to gank us, but are they thinking Roshan? Problem is they need the Antimage if they want to get Roshan. Tiger and a 4-staff away. Here comes the rest of the Will team. Demon in some trouble. Gets the blink. Doesn't have a 4-staff for some time here. The cooldown being used will get evaded. Talera can't get close enough. The Flame Break will push him to the side here, but he doesn't get a lasso off on anyone just yet. But maybe the target in the end here. So it looks like it's going to be a change of plans. Phantaswing comes into the side. Fluff and stuff. Nice Impale. Sleeves are going to get graved up. That'll keep him alive. The lasso was used in the end onto your Enigma. It's going to be the only death so far. Fluff and stuff, well, Ghost Scepter out. There's a Blink Dagger soon, but the Mana Void will bring him down. 2-for-0 trade so far, and Ush in the middle of things here. This is not a fight he can take. He's going to get torn to parts. Oh, boy. Well, it looked like Fire in a good position. They kind of get caught out a bit by surprise. They decided to take the fight when they didn't have to. No Ravages available early. They've now got one on your Tidehunter. There's also a Refresher in 30 seconds, but that was just not the fight you were hoping for. And that sets up for a potential Roshan. I say potential because Tide is nearby, and they'll scout this out with the orb here. Could go in onto Sleazel. He's pretty low HP, but he's healing up a little bit here. The cooldown gets used. Tide goes to the high ground, gets hexed up after he blinks in. Tide, is he going to go for this Blink Ravage? Could just force stuff in. May need a force stuff in. Does do so. There's the Ravage. There's a Repel on Fleezel. He does secure the Aegis, so and Demon going to pay for this with his life. No mana left. The Guardian Angel comes out. The Razor gets a double kill with the Plasma Field. He's just stealing a DX. You know, lost his static link here. He's not stealing any more damage. Chase now on the Omni Knight. 4-staff away. Here comes Brax, and Fanasoyan does not have a TP score. It's back at base, and Brax, you know, to chase him down, gets the body blocks coming into play here. No points in your Degen Aura, and, well, nothing Fanasoyan can do about that one. Okay. Aegis has been claimed, though, by your Anti-Mage, and we'll see Sleazel pick himself up a Basher. The Rain Tracks at some point was also taken, I believe, by the Creep Wave, but Aegis is not really a position where Fire can look to keep on taking objectives, at least not safely. Maybe with the Enigma Black Hole and the Tide Refresher ultimate, which, well, he actually just popped the Refresher. He's going now down mid lane. It's going to be Anti-Mage signing things off for the pickup on the puck, but we're going to see a buyback come into play. They want to win the game off of this. Buys boots of travel even. They're going all in. Ash on the front lines, has he got a Refresher or anything? He's got the recipe only. They want to really get this mid lane at racks. They've got Ravage, they've got Black Hole. Got the Eye of the Storm off, but that's a puck buyback, not to mention the Refresher use here. Demon deciding that it was a good time to just pop the Refresher. Let's try and take the fight, and so far it's proven to be a decent decision. They get the tier 3 tower, but here we go. In goes your Anti-Mage with a Repel. Going to go into Ash. He gets 4 stuff out. Blink. BKB Black Hole. There's no mana break to break this one. There's going to be a Ravage to follow. One Ravage. No second Ravage. He's already used a Refresher, but there is a second Ravage. It comes in the form of Fluff and Stuff's Impale. Oh dear. The buyback forced out from your Jara. Anti-Mage's going to lose his Aegis, but still, just the tier 3 tower. Team Wheel will hold without losing mid racks, but another teamfight victory for Fire, and most importantly, they save Ush on that Razor. That 4-stuff coming out to save his life, I believe from the Tide. He's the only one actually we have with a 4-stuff, so Demon keeping people alive with that 4-stuff, and well, it's Team Fire who once again have a sloppy fight, but kind of come back afterwards with a nice fight. You know? Same with these Black Holes. We have a complete whiff, and then we have a good one. Then we have another complete whiff, and we get another good one. So next Black Hole, probably not going to catch too much. Hate to break it to you, Arima, but if history is something to go by, this next Black Hole may not be your best. We'll see if it can break the curse right now. As far as item progression goes, it's looking okay for Wheel. They've got the MKB up on the Gyrocopter, so he's starting to transition some damage of his own. That's where, well, Anti-Mage is not the best ultra late game carry. Like, he does start falling off once he runs out of item slots, especially when you have this Vlad's Battle Fury. I mean, he's going to replace the Vlad's eventually, but Battle Fury is kind of core. You can't easily replace this. I hear that can be dealt with by all the crowd control we see, but that's where having the secondary carry and the Gyrocopter can pay off. Oh, like, I'm very close to catching Adosh there. That would be a pretty fantastic pickup. Blink forward from Sleazel. He actually blinked onto the Razor. I don't think he quite realized what he was doing there. He was kind of running in somewhat blind, but if you're a Razor and you see an Anti-Mage blink on you, your first thought is, crap, this guy has vision on me. There's a ward on me, I gotta run, because if he's blinking on me, it means he's got backup. Oh, Brax is also taking a walk right into this one. They're gonna cancel the TP from Relic. Oh no! It's gonna be a dead Gyrocopter. He gets the grave off, but not even worth. He's not gonna BKB this one. He's gonna die back. Oh dear, that's 90 seconds on the sidelines. Meanwhile, Finger of Death gonna catch out your Dazzle. That's 2 dead. Now they do go down mid lane. They've got Ravage up in 15. They've got Refresher up in 15. Oh dear, they've got double Ravage. They've got Black Hole up in 45. Ush's Eye of the Storm up in 30. His first one going to expire soon. Can pop the Refresher, but not really worth it, I guess, with 30 seconds on his ultimate. He should just probably wait for the cooldown to come into play, and we'll see what the move's going to be. But right now, just slowly whittling away in this Rax. Knowing that there's no real danger, no real rush right now. They can actually go in on us. Impale comes out, but that's not going to work well with the BKB. Mana Void is there. One Ravage comes out. Demon going to throw the second as well. Catches out the Omni as well. Can Fluff get the disables. Looks like they'll get Fanasoyan, and this Anti-Mage's going to buy back. Can they bring him down in time? Not going to be possible. Still with a GA, and not the best fight in the end here. They've now got double Eye of the Storm if they want to turn things around here. Does Razor go for this one? Loses the static link here, pops the one Eye of the Storm. Does he go for a second? Holding on to the Refresher for the time being here. Does have the mana to use it, but obviously against Anti-Mage, going through all your mana, not always the best idea, but Mana Void is on cooldown for 40 more seconds, and here we go. Razor Just going to use that one ultimate to get the mid lane of Rax. So Ush holding on to his refresher conservatively. 2 lanes of Rax and Team Fire in game 3 pull even further ahead. 25 kills to 15, but more important, 2 lanes of Rax and a 13 to 14,000 gold lead. And so TP up top and look to transition into that possible final lane of Rax at top here. Demon, and then Fluff in the wrong neighborhood gives the lasso come back in, and Demon gets the Kraken off, but you get out of this one. The Impale comes in, the Flame Breath pushes Demon back. Fire gonna lose Demon. Mana Void actually had to get used ultimately to make sure they got that kill there, but France made just pretty short, only 70-second cooldown ultimate, and he knows there's probably not gonna be a spell he needs to use in the ultra near future with the pace. Fire are gonna sit back. If you're gonna go aggressive, then you may have opportunities. If you're just sitting back and farming, you're not going to need the Mana Void until Tide's back alive. That's when they'll have Ravagers. They'll be maybe considering Roshan, at least looking to get some map control for Roshan, which could be up in a couple of minutes. And Team Fire, despite dropping game 1 to Wheeler, looking like this series as a whole may be going their way. They may keep their Malaysia dream alive. Hello, Shadowblade for your Enigma. Interesting little pickup. Cheeky little pickup, that's for sure. And right now, detection is non-existent. Once they see this Shadowblade, I imagine that's where you say, okay, gotta buy a gem. Gotta buy a gem now. Talera's got 2k gold, he can buy it. No pressing items that he needs. Has a BKB, Blink Force, Boots of Travel. This is where you get your luxury items. This is where Batrider gets his Shadowblade or his Mask of Madness. Maybe a Shiva's Guard, something like a plate mail for that, but Refresher of another IBC from time to time on Batrider, but I feel like Gem is going to be the name of the game once this Shadowblade has been spotted. There's the smoke coming out as Gyrocopter, very aggressive, and will get caught out there. So Shadowblade, they're going to get the Blink Hexexy Black Hole. Derp Derp comes in. You're going to see a... well, no, I don't think you BKB this. He's going to accept his fate and possibly see Derp Derp go down as well. Can he actually TP out? He's going to go for it. You'll Scepter from Fluff and stuff, and that's going to be his second kill here. Derp Derp could go for a grave, but no. Oh, yep, grave. There we go. Can be annoying here. Can get all his mana drain. Fluff sucks him dry completely. Make sure that he's completely finished off, and then goes on his merry way. What happened to you, Ush? You're getting anti-maged apparently. Anti-mage with a Bash and Manta finds the Razor, and that means that even though Fire get themselves a nice couple of pickoffs, they can't just transition into a push off for that last lane. Or Rax, even just a tier 2 tower at this point. Take the tier 2, then come back for Roshan, and then decide from there. But we'll see the Roshan respawn. It's going to be a quick one. 35 seconds. Let's see if Fire are gonna, how quickly they're going to scout out this one. It looks like Enigma going to just wait around in the pit for now, and may just sit in there until it respawns. If you're Fire and you're thinking, well, we got no Razor, we pretty much are playing around Roshan right now. Wouldn't be an awful idea. So we're going to pick up some Tranquil Boots. Okay. Nothing like some 43-minute Tranquils. I mean, honestly, it's not that bad. I mean, it's something he could have maybe got a bit sooner on. Probably could have got it before the Shadowblade, but the extra movement speed, the heal in between, so you have that passive regen, is all really nice. And there we go. Sees the Roshan respawn, and will get there in time. There's going to be a Refresher Tide awaiting them. There's going to be no Black Hole, though. And Tide also, by the way, with the Lincoln Sphere, so they've got another way of dealing with a potential Batrider Lasso, potential Mana Void, or something like a Poison Touch, which is less useful. But here we go, they're coming in to contest Roshan. A couple of heroes smoked up here. It's going to be Talera leading the charge. He has got the gem here for the Shadowblade. They see the orb coming out of the Roshan pit. They know what's going on now, and Roshan is not dropping fast. They go in, Blink Lasso, going to be on your Enigma here. The BKB is going to prevent Tide from using Ravages immediately. And that's also where the Lincolns comes into play. Ash now gets stunned up here. That's the Abyssal Blade, the Mana Void there. Now with the BKBs one off, Demon goes in for one. Ravage number 2, though. Repel on Relic, though. Fire have lost 3. This is looking like a disaster. They're going to lose Roshan as well. Fluff lucky to survive, perhaps, as Sleazel goes into the pit with Abyssal Blade completed. That helped him bring down that Razor. This Razor just looks like paper every single fight. He's getting killed over and over again. Puck as well. And the force TP's back to base here. Nice little play by Brax. Actually going to go for the kill. Talera. Oh no! The DD room will secure it. And Brax, he's going to force even more TPs. They've got to get back. They've got to defend. These T4 towers taking a heavy bruising. Anti-Mage with the Abyssal Blade up in 15-ish seconds. That's not going to be soon enough to kill Brax, it looks like. I haven't got good lockdown here. Brax will see the Anti-Mage blink in and say, okay, you've got an Abyssal Blade, I ain't hanging around. It's Anti-Mage who's going to go chasing around though. Well, Brax now. We'll see where he goes next. Has that boost of travel. As far as item progression goes, he's got a Lincoln Sphere as well coming out. So they'll have a second Lincoln Sphere there. Prioritizing heavily on dealing with this Batrider Lasso engagement. Got the Mana Void as well, and there's not really... Other than that, it's like... Okay, Homing Missile is a pretty valued Lincoln's Break as well. That's where that one value point in Homing Missile comes into play. Don't break these Lincolns. Even say like a Mana Void, Anti-Mage may not be... Well, not just Mana Void, but Abyssal Blade. That's also another big Lincoln's Break. If Anti-Mage wants to engage it, he's got no good way of breaking it without having to use a big cooldown either on the Abyssal Blade or the Mana Void. Ideally, he's going to be looking for targets who have it broken by a Poison Touch or by the Homing Missile. Homing Missile does have a long cast range, or at least a decent cast range. We'll see now. Looks like Vile will just slow down the pace here a bit. They've had a few bad fights and probably starting to get a bit more concerned about Anti-Mage. Sleazel with a lot of money in the bank here. And this Razor is just kind of struggling to stay alive in a lot of these fights. Has picked up a BKB. I like this pickup, especially with the Refresher already there too. Having the 2 BKBs in one fight. Magic damage is not crazy by any means, but be it just a Flame Break, be it the Mana Void damage, be it just a Firefly, a Napalm, whatever it may be, I feel like BKB in general just allows you to very securely just siege a high ground. Or take something like a Roshan. Sleazel though is back up top lane. He's going to hold on to his money for now. With the Aegis in hand, does somewhat have slot limitations. You see Barry pick up a Shadowblade as well. He forgoes having buyback, I believe. Yeah, his buyback was available until his pickup, so we'll see if he can make use of this. Is there a gem on the Dire side? There is not a gem on the Dire side. They've got no gem, no sentries, no way of answering this, and we're going to see a Shadowblade in. It's not going to be the Blink initiation. Can they break the Lincolns? They need a Homing Missile or something. Us should be the ideal target here, but you've also got to worry about it. You've got to pop your BKB so you don't get Blink Ravage, and you're going to break the Lincolns and Lasso. There's a lot of things to do in a small period of time, and that's where that kill was possibly just not within the realm of possibilities. At least not without putting yourself at great risk. I think the Batrider gem gets scouted though. I mean the Shadowblade gets scouted because there's an immediate gem pickup from Fluff. So both teams now with gem in hand. Butterfly coming up through Anti-Mage. We'll probably have to wait for the item slot here. I'm actually going to buy it. We'll see. Maybe their Vlads get replaced for now, but... Here we go. Kuro will hold on to the Vlads. Anti-Mage, once the Age is gone, probably going to pick the Vlads up once more, unless we have someone replacing the Vlads for him, which isn't really the case. Omni Knight has the money for it, though. Omni Knight is actually damn rich. This Midas is paying it off big time. 0-4-2 Omni Knight. You see this and you're like, okay, this Omni Knight... He's been defensive, maybe kept some people alive, but he's not getting killed. Blink in with the Abyssal Blade. Ushers the target on this one. We'll get full stuff out of that one. The cooldown will maybe help cover the retreat a little bit. Easy Homing Missile sniping. Oh, get the hell out. They need to defend their base. TP back and don't get caught out. Yeah, multiple TPs will be successful as... Uh-oh. Derp Derp's going to be sad. Lost his Effigy. Game was good, then Effigy got destroyed. That's your Dazzle, who's had nowhere near the same farm and success as this Omni Knight, who's on par with your Enigma, more or less. He's a couple thousand behind, but considering he's an Omni Knight, we talked about this here earlier on as far as being weak compared to... One of his weaknesses was that compared to these farming supports like Enigma or Sand King, just doesn't keep up in farm, but he has done completely proven me wrong with this Midas pickup and just having 106 CS. He's put a lot more emphasis on his item progression, and Things like a Yule's, having some extra cash now, could maybe buy the Vlads for the Anti-Mage, so Anti-Mage can replace that. Can go a long way. Anti-Mage for now, not actually picking up the Vlads, which I believe... Actually, no, he looks like he sold the Vlads. Does give him money for the buyback, most importantly here. Yeah. So he's got the buyback. If he sold the Vlads at base on himself, he wouldn't actually have that extra cash, that buyback for what looks like potentially game-ending push should Fire succeed in taking Rax. That's Mega Creeps for him. And coming back from Mega Creeps, well, Gyro and Anti-Mage are both pretty good at it. It's still going to be a big struggle. So a near impossibility here. They're going to look to siege the high ground here. Eye of the Storm has been used. Ash on the front lines has Lincoln Sphere on top of him. Nothing Sleazel can do about the Lincoln Sphere. He's not going to blow an Abyssal cooldown just to take off the Lincolns. And it's going to come down to the Gyrocopter. Homing Missile, the Poison Touch. And this is where you'd almost want to level up the Homing Missile for these Lincolns, just because it goes from 20 seconds to 11 second cooldown. At some point these stats are having diminishing returns, and you want that shorter cooldown on your Lincoln's Breaker. You're not leveling this for the stun. Maybe it gets off a big stun in the fight. If it does, that's fantastic and all, but more than anything you want to be able to break these Lincoln Spheres. Well, the slow siege continues. 51 minutes in. Game 3 decider here at the Dota Major All-Stars. $100,000 LAN final with crowdfunding as well. If you support the tournament, buy the ticket, and right now it's Team Will looking like their tournament life may be coming to an end unless they can find a way to hold. They're down 4 Raxes. By no means is this game over though. One of the things is Lincoln's is big money investments, and it can potentially win you a fight by countering a big spell. They've been scattered. We'll know what they're up against. They're not going to be bamboozled by a sudden Razor who gets like a lasso blocked on himself. They know if they want to fight into this one, they're going to have to break these Lincoln Spheres and go from there. Good pass, actually. Uh-oh. Anti-Mage's going to go in with the Abyssal Blade. Doesn't get too much honey. Tried to kill up Brax. He didn't really succeed in doing so. Refresh on the Razor. He's going to pop the second ult, but now that's going to force out a Guardian Angel. On the back lines, it's Batrider kind of wreaking havoc. He almost killed up Brax, but he didn't finish him off. Oh no. Tidestiller's Ravages, and with these BKBs already being used, no one's died, but having double Ravage, having Black Hole, Team Fire may look to make a go on this one. Base in trouble. Ush. Uh-oh. Where's that Blink Black Hole? Here you go, Enigma. This is your chance. There's your Ravage. Number 1. Second Ravage coming up soon. Black Hole on 2. Catches the Anti-Mage as well. Flame Break, though. Oh, no. Enigma. Where was the BKB? It was on cooldown from the team fight. Sleazel now goes in with a repel. He's kept alive from this one. He blinks forward, and they haven't got detection. Batrider, where's your gem? He's off to the side. He's not actually in the fight here. Demon. Oh, he barely TP's out. Batrider with that Flame Break. That fight was all over the place. I couldn't even keep track of everything, because Batrider went diving past the main fight. Then there was a fight going on in the base. Razor was trying to take the tower, and they were trying to get the back line. That was a crazy, chaotic happenings. And, well, they hold their last lane of Rax still. They don't get a huge victory as far as kills. They kill the puck on the Razor. It's solid. Definitely solid here. Uh-oh. BKB on Batrider will be forced down at top. Demon really waited his time on those Ravages and hit very nice ones there. Couldn't get the Black Hole off. If that Black Hole had gone off completely, killed the Anti-Mage, you're looking at a damn good fight. Even with a buyback. Just forcing the buyback at this point is... It's like taking a range Rax. It's a small victory. It gets you closer to winning the game in theory, okay? It's not permanent like taking a range Rax. It's like in League of Legends. You take a Rax and they kind of respawn later on. Like, you take it buyback on a carry hero at 50 minutes in. It's a huge objective you've claimed, although it does come back later on, so... We'll see Sleazel now. For the first time, it's Will breaching the high ground here. The Hex comes out, the Gush as well. Nice 4-star. The cooldown will also help cover his retreat here. Batrider looking for a Blink Lasso. Actually, had it blocked, I believe, by a Lincoln Sphere. They did not end up getting a Lasso off on anyone. They're going to use the Weave defensively, get some extra armor in. See if they stay around here. No Vlads for your Anti-Mage. This is where I feel like the Omni may want to pick one up. Oh, Anti-Mage blinks in, Fluff and Stuff Abyssal. They're going to bring down the line to start the fight. That's a gem as well, so now opens things up for the Batrider to play. Did they get the gem? Yep, it's on the Gyrocopter, so no gem on your die side, and this is going to be a fun time for your Batrider with his Shadow Blade now. They're looking to breach the high ground. Fire, who were up 4 racks. A huge advantage here. Buying all these luxury items. You've got a Lincoln's on your Tide, a Lincoln's on your Puck. But showing they may be a little bit lacking in the damage department. Sleazel, 7k gold. He's on the front lines. He's going to be looking to push this one out. Take a range barracks and pull that to look to deter things here. One Ravage comes in. Is there a second? There isn't for the time being here. No Black Hole as well for 10 seconds. Enigma, no Lincolns on him. It's going to be the Lincolns on your Razor who's charging forward with the Eye of the Storm. 2 Eye of the Storms, I believe, applied. He's stolen a lot of damage here. Anti-Mage blinks north looking for the Enigma who does Shadow Blade away. All these gems, but not on the right heroes. Anti-Mage repelled up, will get out. Meanwhile, the Radiant base in a bit of trouble here, taking some damage on those Tier 4 towers. Anti-Mage silenced up, doesn't have an escape for the time being. Gets Malefice, 4-star out. Sleazel going to get sniped. And it's got buyback as well as a 2-minute respawn timer. That's painful, and that's something that Fire are going to look to force out now. So get a TP out from your Batrider here, but already at bottom lane. Fluff has relocated himself down there with the Boots of Travel. Not going to find any pickoffs on his own. This is not a solo kill Lion. Not with, even with level 3 Finger of Death. Needs a comrade. But his comrades are off fighting Roshan. Buyback status is pretty good for both teams. The Puck being the big one you had to use a buyback recently. Still got a 4-minute respawn wait. So, Batrider Fireflying in as they've got detection here. I don't think they've got any detection for this, but they do see the Firefly. If he'd actually gone Shadow Blading in out of Fire, not inside Firefly, could go for a snipe, could go for some kind of cheeky play, flame break people onto a hill. It's going to be Aegis going the way of your Razor, cheese onto your Puck, and that gives Fire some breathing room, because definitely probably a bit worried after that last push coming their way where Anthony just walked up, took a range racks, and walked out. Well, he didn't really walk out, he got picked off, but they get Roshan, but they haven't forced this Anthony by about 40 seconds, and I feel like they should be putting some more pressure on. They should be going on the Tier 4 towers, pressuring the throne here. 38 seconds here with Aegis and Cheese. This is 30 seconds is enough. They can at least get this Tier 4 tower and force Will's hand here, and I think they're maybe going to try to force this. This was a 2-minute buyback. And he's like, man, I wish I didn't have that dieback from before. In goes your Razor, and Anti-Mage 15 seconds. I don't know if this is going to be enough. They have, okay, they've got Glyph. They're really hoping the Anti-Mage has 2 lives for this fight, but they're going to take a lot of damage as well. 8 seconds on your Anti-Mage. He's going to be forced to buy back. There's your Black Hole. It's going to get, no, it gets Lincoln's. The Mana Void doesn't break it. Now he walks into that Black Hole. It's a disaster for Team Will. They're chaining their buybacks completely. Sleazel now hexed up. The throne still pretty healthy here. Sleazel goes in with a Manta Style, wants Brax, but Brax, I believe, has the cheese. Rapier gets dropped. That was on your Gyrocopter. Oh, no. Rapier picked up by your Anti-Mage, but he can't even use it. It's disabled. He's still fighting and fighting strong. He's going to change target on us, but he's got the Aegis. He's got to find the Puck. He's got to find the Tide. Puck pops the cheese. Oh, no. They're going to go back for Ush now. Degen Aura slowing him down a bit. The Impale comes out, catches 2, and this is where Sleazel wishes he had a buyback so he could go fully hard here. He gets repelled up, though. He's going to go in. He's going to bring down Ush, and they're holding on for now. Big creep wave on the throne. Gets down to half HP. They lose the Anti-Mage. Divine Rapier gets dropped, and Anti-Mage without a buyback. This game came down to a matter of seconds. If Anti-Mage didn't have to buy back, Will could have maybe held, but in the end, the Gyro Divine Rapier, not enough. Team Fire, 2-1 victory. Take out Team Will from the Fallout Major All-Stars Dota 2 tournament. Oh boy. What a game coming out from these two American teams. That was something, and Team Fire will advance to the semi-finals of the Major All-Stars after a less than convincing okay, their performance was solid. I think Will, more than anything, were just good. This is a team that definitely impressed me. Upcoming team to look out for. We've seen them have some decent results in some of these other tournaments, so look out for them more. Unfortunately, that ends their run here in the Fallout Major All-Stars. Fire will go on. They'll be playing tomorrow against, I believe it's Team Complexity, and then actually not tomorrow, but they'll be playing on the 16th, and then tomorrow we've got 2 more quarterfinals. We have Leviathans taking on Void Boy, as well as Not Today taking on Team E-Hug. So 2 more quarterfinals tomorrow here in the North American Qualifier. The winner of this qualifier, single elimination bracket with 8 teams, will be going to Malaysia to compete for over $100,000. Guys, thanks for tuning in. You can follow all the coverage here on Beyond the Summit. Follow us on Twitter. Click the little follow button below the stream when we go live. I'm GoDz. You want to follow me, support me, you can follow me on Twitter at BTSGods. But that does it. Valentine's Day stream is over. I'm going to go be lonely somewhere else, not on stream. So thanks for tuning in. It's been fun. Love casting Dota, and well, that's it. See you later.